Well, my friends, the time has come. Yes, we all know what to do. AC Variety's the show for you.
Quarter town.
You can give me your money, and I'll take it from there.
I did not know that I would be this close to...
I'm Kelly, and that's Clown.
And you're watching AC Variety.tv.
And man, 965, 60 foot coming out of Marcus Bird's car, so that was really impressive.
Okay, for all you pickup truck lovers out there, and I'm telling you, if you like an F100, this one, F-150, excuse me, this one's gonna blow you away. You're looking at a big block, a liquid-cooled Ford appears to be a Ford engine in there, obviously a big block. Liquid-cooled blowers, I was starting to say. As we're going down and kind of check out the sponsors and everything else, this is a monster truck. It's a TR7 division, but 6.4 Lightning jet motor, Johnny Lightning behind the wheel. It's an NMRA race vehicle, Lightning jet. I wouldn't know where to start. The chassis on this, the body. I am not sure what the ETs that this thing turns, but this is the most killer pickup truck I've ever seen. Anyhow, it's JLP, Johnny Lightning Performance.com if you ever want to check it out. But VP Racing Fuels, Extreme Unleaded Racing Fuels. They got every sponsor imaginable on here. But if you like big CJ motors, it doesn't get much better than this Cobra jet you're looking at right now. Hopefully might be able to get to see this truck run. We'll see. But thought we would share it with you right here in the pits. Sure. If that's okay, we go back to the car. No, go far. I'd like to talk to you about this.
I can get you this guy.
Oh, that's not yours?
No.
Obviously, he's standing guard on all this muscle. All right, let's jump over to the Roush. Okay, we rolling already? Wow, this is the kind of excitement at NMRA. You never know who and what you run into in the pits, and some really cool cars. First of all, I'm looking at a Roush Mustang. First of all, we're going to talk a little bit about the owner and your name.
Keith DeLuca.
Keith DeLuca. Okay, Jim Alleruzzo. That's got a little paisan there.
Yeah.
Okay. Not to be naive, I haven't seen that many Roush Mustangs with the RS1 with these appointments in person before. How did you ever acquire this, and tell us about the car and how long have you had it?
I bought it brand new in July of 15.
Okay.
It's an EcoBoost turbo 4-cylinder.
Okay.
Liked the idea of the EcoBoost cars when they came out, so I didn't quite like the front end on the stock one. So
okay, sure.
Saw the Roushes and figured I liked the way they looked. Went to the local dealer here in Plainfield and picked it up off the lot.
Are you kidding? I'm thinking special order written all over this.
No,
you know.
It was originally all black and no decals on it, but Roush does do that particular type of decal, and I just had a custom.
Okay, so it was your idea to bring in, I'm not sure what color, lime green that would be? Or
screaming yellow.
Screaming, let me tell you, Junior, it's screaming yellow too.
It's pretty similar
It is intense.
Pretty similar to the Von Gittin Jr. Wheels and color.
Well, particularly, of all the things, Mr. DeLuca, you've been saying to me that impressed me is, this is a 4-cylinder motor, and it's making what kind of horsepower?
With a tune on E30, it's pushing probably 360, 370 to the wheel.
Wow, that is unbelievable coming on that displacement of a power plant.
Yeah, it's got a tune and intercooler.
Okay.
Not too much done to it, but a little bit.
Now, in the years that you had it, Is it maintenance heavy? Is it you know what I mean? Is it easy to own and operate?
Fuel heavy because I got a heavy foot.
Yeah. Honestly, with this setup though, if you keep your foot out of it, you should get some economy too.
On the trip to Myrtle Beach for Mustang Week, I got 31 miles a gallon.
That is unbelievable for a high performance car. Yeah. That is unbelievable. What kind of rear end gear ratio do you think you have there?
It's a 355.
Okay, that's okay. That's got a little punch if you want to nail it. Yet it's tolerable on the highway.
And
too.
it's a manual. It's a 6-speed manual.
Okay. Well, I am digging this from front to back.
Yeah.
It is
30 miles a gallon on the highway, and then I was at the road course across the street at Autobahn, and it did about 7.
Okay.
So
gee, I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Could it be some up and down shifting involved here? I don't know. You said road course, I assume, you know.
I've road coursed this.
Okay. How does that feel?
It's pretty good.
How's it handle with the tires you got on it and the rims? Do you make any changes when you road course it?
I just put these rims on this morning.
Okay.
Just had them done. New tires, new rims, all
They
that.
are gorgeous, dude. So, they are nice.
Had some nittos on there for the road course. It did okay.
Okay.
It's a street car, but it did okay.
Okay.
Have a new suspension lined up to go in here. It's the Roush coilover setup.
Okay. Yeah, if it's coming from Roush, it's got to be Ford proven, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
So, yeah. Anyhow, as we were saying,
it's been drag raced, it's been autocross or road coursed.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, talk about every venue of motorsport racing. I don't know if you would want to do it, but people would even do drifting with this car, you know, and stuff like that. But
I don't know if it's got the oomph for the drifting.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
but
I had it out here last year, did the True Street, and then did the bracket race on Sunday, and went all 5 rounds. Took home a trophy.
Wow, that says it all right there. Just out of curiosity, you might have said it before, it might have went past me, but quarter mile ETs, where are you at on this?
12.6.
Wow, 12.6, and what's your MPH on that?
It was 111.
So you did get over 100?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
For sure.
Okay, that's cooking. And I just wanted to, thanks for coming up in the pits. We saw the car. It's a super standout from the condition of the color black it's on here, and then your screaming yellow. Screaming yellow accents, and it being a Roush aftermarket piece. We just had to talk to you.
And it's an actual Roush piece too.
Okay, I'm sure there's some kind of identification hidden all over this thing. So here we go. This is where the Roush identification is hidden.
So we have
Okay, there you go.
Number.
Okay, there you go.
Dash plaque serial numbers.
Okay, so you counterfeiters out there, this is the real deal, guys. You know, I might be wrong, but who knows? I might even put something on the frame somewhere too.
There's another badge on the.
Is there?
Course support on the inner fender.
Okay. Again, this keeps it true grit, true to the actual piece. But boy, that interior is beautiful. I just got a shot of that. That is really, really nice. Anyhow, we've taken enough of your time. I know you were on your way someplace. We grabbed you right away. But I'm going to grab a hand, dude. That is one hell of a sharp-looking Mustang.
Thank you.
All right,
keep it up. Out a little bit.
Yeah. Enjoy.
You don't see them anywhere, and I thought that would be the coolest car to have. He found it in Colorado.
Okay, walking through the pits again, we're finding some gems, but boy, there is none other a beauty standout other than the '67 Vette. And talk about an ultra big block, and I think we just walked up on the owner. We're going to find out his name and a little bit more about this car. And hey, how you doing? What's your name?
Tony, how are you?
Tony, great. Jim, and my name. And I was just spellbound with this black Corvette. I don't know where to start, from the red accent that's on it, the paint, the way you have it lowered, the factory side pipes. I could go on and on. First of all, Tony, how long have you owned the car?
I don't. It actually belongs to a client.
Okay. And this, how long have you been involved with the car? Let's put it that way, or got it?
It's a couple years. We've been out showing it around. This car was built to be a Riddler Award contender.
Okay, and I can see that doing the. Has this been on the World of Wheels show circuit?
We've had it at World of Wheels. We've done the muscle car Corvette Nationals with it. We've done World of Wheels a couple years. Detroit Autorama.
Okay.
A couple of local car shows.
You're going into, as soon as you mentioned Detroit Autorama, you're going with the big hitters now. I mean,
that's what the car was built for.
Yeah. I don't know where to start. First of all, how do you lowered it, but how did you get it to that height, and what are you using to lower it?
It's all coilover suspension, front, rear. The body is actually lowered onto the frame.
Wow.
It's been channeled. I believe it was 4 inches.
Wow. again, I think we were kidding around off camera about the ultra big block 502. Is that what? Is that a 454 punched out, or is
No,
that
it's actually a GM 502 crate motor.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't sure, but this is why we ask questions.
The cam's been changed, added some headers.
Okay.
But, it's got a carburetor on it.
Wow. The other thing I was going to say is the interior. Did you guys have to do much to it sort of looks different, but then it sort of looks stock a little bit too? It's a combination of both.
Well, the entire interior has been hand built.
No kidding.
There is nothing original about it.
Okay, the reason I say stock is my eyes are on the dashboard with the two humps and all that, but as soon as I'm getting closer, and our camera person's getting in there too.
We'll open the door.
Yeah, okay, great. We're gonna get the door open on this baby. Oh, okay. Oh my God.
The pedals are actually out of a Maserati.
Okay.
The leather came out of a Ferrari.
Wow.
The trim shop that we use, that's what we specified. The seats were hand built. The cover where the back seat would be, that hides all the electronics. There's a radio back there.
Okay.
Amplifier.
Now I'm seeing some familiar stuff. I'm seeing it appears to be a 4-speed shifter with a reverse lockout on it. That's very Corvette-like.
It's actually a Tremec TKO 5-speed.
You're kidding.
Nope.
Okay, I'm looking at the shift pattern now, and I stand corrected. But what kills me, it has a little nostalgic look with that pull reverse lockout on it.
It's functional.
Back in the day.
Functional.
Yeah,
it's functional.
So again, little detail that's I don't want to say authentic, but original to the piece almost. And then you have your ultra beautiful custom work. So you have it here today. What are your hopes for any viewing it, competition, or anything like that? Or
well, this weekend I'm hell bent on getting the Best of Show award with it.
Okay, and I
just want their 6-foot trophy.
Yeah, and stand next to it. We're gonna get some pictures too. You know what?
Taller than me, but
yeah, I'm blown away because, to tell you the truth, if anything is a contender for that Best of Show, it's the car we're looking at right now.
I'll open the hood for you guys.
Yeah, please do. Thanks.
It's a little dirty right now because obviously we're out.
Wow, beautiful. What's interesting is you can actually, guys, even though it's a tight fit, you can actually get in there and change the plugs.
Oh yeah.
So it's,
but yeah, everything else is hidden on the bottom side of the car. You don't see any brake lines or fuel lines.
I was just gonna say
it's no wiring.
It's clean as a whistle. Everything is low and out of sight. Now I'm looking at those polished aluminum heads. Now I'm not looking at the short block. Is that a cast iron block or?
It's an iron block.
It's an iron block.
Just been painted.
Okay. Now, just out of curiosity, you said it's a 502 crate, yeah, which obviously I'm educated on now, but what kind of horse power with those heads on it do you think you pull with this?
This motor makes like 580.
580? Wow. Incredible.
And believe it or not, for as low as the car is, it'll actually go over train tracks.
No kidding. Mm-hmm. Wow. Of course, I would slow down to a crawl, but you know what I mean?
No, it goes right over them.
No kidding.
I drove it around here in the pits a little bit, and the pits around here are pretty uneven.
Yes, and there's a few little jigger holes in there once in a while.
Yeah, it's like nothing.
Okay.
It's kind of crazy though, because I'm a Ford guy.
Yes.
And I'm driving this thing around, and everybody like rubbernecks at this thing.
Yeah. And one last question before you run away. I was really impressed with the wheels. I obviously they were. Hang on a minute there. Obviously they were. Are they custom made for this particular piece and application? Or?
Yeah, these were actually made by Billet Specialties in LaGrange Park.
Okay, and
the car's actually going to be up in their booth later on today.
Okay, so we'll probably hope to pop by and see it. Whose idea was it the pinstripe type accent on the edge of the rim? Is that they just went with it?
The car owner.
Okay.
Because we couldn't find a red line tire in this diameter, so it was to give it this look.
To find that because that's pretty old school, a red line tire. But okay, you know what? I want to say thank you so much for taking the time. You happen to be walking by. We happen to be in the right place at the right time, and you told us about this wonderful vet. And you know what? Best of luck to you and the owner every time you show it, and I hope you get Best of Show this weekend. I'm going to grab a hand.
I hope so too.
Tony, thanks again.
Well, thank you.
Okay. Okay, standing next to me is
Michael Olenchek.
Michael. Long chain of events have happened since we talked last, and kind of run us through it real fast. I mean, not real fast. Just tell us what it took to get to this beautiful Mustang we're looking at right now.
Sure, no problem. I had a Fairmont that I bought when I was almost 18, 19 years old. Had it for all the way up until 2017 of last year when we had that crash here in the Joliet event. When we brought it home, it was pretty mangled. It was difficult to get it on and off the trailer, of course. By the time we got it into the shop and kind of assessed what we had left with it, we decided that it'd be best to build a new car, basically, just because it'd be just too much to put a new one, to finish that rather than putting a new one together, of course. So a friend of mine called me. He reached out and said, hey, I got a Mustang. It's half done. There's no motor, no trans, nothing like that left over. And we kind of had everything from the Fairmont engine, trans, all the way down to the shifter gauges, all that, of course.
Okay, quick question. Because of it did take a couple of impacts on both sides of the vehicle, and of course we just saw what it looked like. Was the drivetrain okay? Was the trans okay? Was there any cracks in cases or anything like that?
No, the motor plate was bent a little bit and the frame rails were pushed. The cage was a little bit bent, but the block, the motor, the trans, all the casing and everything were fine. We had all stuff all sent out, gone through MagnaFlux, whatever you have to do normally.
So
to
they're looking
check
for cracks and stuff.
Correct.
Sure.
Yes, so everything was pretty good.
You did a top shelf. That would be the absolute perfect best way to do it. So
absolutely. We even used the drive shaft from it. We ended up getting a new rear end just because we went 5-lug this time instead of 4-lug, because the Fairmont was, of course, 4-lug.
That's right. I remember seeing that on the supply.
It worked. It worked forever. It worked for many years. And just, you know, we decided that with the new setup, we'd do new brakes and new everything else, just because we've got it apart.
I was just going to say,
it was easy to do.
It's the time to do it. Now, the Mustang body we're looking at right now, first of all, you mentioned what year was it now?
It's a 94.
94. Mm-hmm. Is that a steel hood or a fiberglass hood? I can't tell from this angle.
That's a stock hood. It's fiberglass from the factory.
Okay.
We ended up putting the scoop. Now that scoop I had on the Fairmont when we first built it when I was 18 back
in the day.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it had blue paint on it. Had my buddy scrub it down and paint the hood, paint the scoop, paint one of the bumpers. The car was in semi-paint anyway, so it was close to nice as it was.
I think it's an excellent application on the body. I
think it looks
How is
great
it from
too.
behind the wheel? Is it okay to...
The car runs just like the other one, just as fabulous.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's just as safe, just as fabulous.
Okay.
Built the same way, pretty much all the same stuff. Like I say, all the same components that we use UPR and DSS racing and all that, of course. All the same stuff that we've used in the last one, went to this one. It's just a fabulous car. It really is. Okay, now
since the rebuild and getting it to where it is now, where have you raced this car, and what kind of situations have you came out from? Good, bad, or you still learning curve on it? Or?
Still learning with it. Nothing really bad. The car's only been out twice before this at our local track at Union Grove, Wisconsin.
Okay, yeah.
Car
we're familiar.
Yeah. Okay, car went right off the trailer. Went 990 right off the trailer. What I've been playing with, anything was beautiful.
I was just going to ask you that.
Yep, right
that
off
is
the
very
trailer.
impressive. I'm going to be honest with you.
You know, it's just a combo that's worked forever in that car, and we kind of stuffed it back in. And we kind of knew what we had, so. You're right, it is a little impressive for what it is, for just kind of putting it, kind of slapping it back together and getting it out there, but it's probably got what the old car has in it, about a 950, 940 in it, basically, when we change some timing and a jetting and, of course, change a few things with it.
Now, the Fairmont body was cool because of its uniqueness.
It was.
But it was a bit boxy.
It was.
Now I'm looking at something now that's
a little
better aero package on it.
That's absolutely it, right? I mean, it's just, I've been a Mustang guy my whole life. My father's owned Mustangs for, he said, almost 47 years, 50 years.
Yeah.
I've always loved Mustangs. I've always had Mustangs. My first car when I was 15, before I even got my driver's license, was a Fairmont. And that's kind of why I liked them. And we found that blue one that was a rust-free car, and that's where it started.
Oh, yeah, the car was,
it was a gorgeous car. And, you know, like I say, if I didn't start with the Fairmont, it would have been a Mustang, but I ended up with a Mustang, and I think from here on in, I'll probably just stay Mustangs. Just
I hear you.
I've had my fill of the Fairmonts. I've had them so long, so.
and you know, one of these days, your path might cross with a cherry one, like, oh my God, grandma owns this car. I got to buy it.
I'm always on the lookout.
A garage find or something. You know where I'm going, right?
I'm always on the lookout.
You know, and you know what? From this point on, AC Variety is going to be on the lookout also, and we will contact you if we ever run across.
Of course.
Just so you can at least at best look at it.
I'm never out on the market. That's for sure.
Yeah, I got it. Listen, congratulations. It was a joy to see you here with something racing that has a little bit from the past in it and a little bit about the future. And obviously you're campaigning the car and getting the bugs out of it, but to tell you the truth, there's very few bugs in it, in my opinion. I think you're ready to run, brother.
Same with mine. I appreciate that.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'm going to grab a hand.
Of course.
Take care and God bless.
Thank
man.
you. You too.
All right.
Yes! Go so well! Woohoo!
Okay, always enjoy walking through the pits, and when you see a unique car, especially General Motors, and especially, unfortunately, they don't make Pontiacs anymore. We saw this beautiful NMCA racing machine, a Tempest, a 63. We want to find a little bit more about it. And your name, sir?
Gary Beamer.
Gary, this is a standout. The first caught my eye was the old high-performance 326 emblems when it was a hypo motor available. But we were talking off camera, and there's a lot more to this car that you put together. And if you could tell our audience at home sort of like the drivetrain and what you've done with this car.
Well, originally it was a 326 coupe, but I mean
Okay.
they had made 17 of these cars in a few, I think maybe 4 station wagons, but they put the 421 Super Duty motors in
That
it.
is, and I never knew that, having this discussion with you just now.
Now this is not one of the originals,
Of course,
but what it is, it's a clone to one. But I pieced together, you know what I mean? And so I have a 421 Super Duty motor in this car, you know what I mean? And they originally came with a transaxle, and they weren't real strong, you know, but they used to, Arnie Beswick used to race them, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But the rings and pinion go out, you know what I mean? But they were, the transmission drivetrain was strong, but the ring and pinions weren't. So,
okay.
I mean, they would only last a little bit. So if you're going to go race it or any, behind that motor, so I actually put a standard, you know, rear end in it.
Okay, so is it a Pontiac rear end or like a Chevrolet 12
No, it's a Ford.
volt?
It's a Ford.
It's a Ford
9-inch.
Okay, we're
Yep.
popping the hood now too, which is kind of good because I wanted to see the carburation on this.
Well, I
on
have
the
a
Super Duty.
I have like a Ram air pan on it.
Yeah,
but
I
I
see
have
that.
the original
Okay.
style when they came from the factory with the louvered air cleaners. You know,
Okay.
Actually, I have them right in my race trailer. There, you know what I mean?
That's cool.
You know what I mean?
I'm looking at the manifold. Seems like a little high rise on
It's
it.
called. It's actually what's called a medium rise.
Okay.
And it's painted, but it's aluminum. But that is a
Okay.
factory piece from 1962,
No
63.
kidding. That was going to be my next question. Is it aftermarket or is it?
Oh no. It's a Pontiac piece. It's in.
Now,
it's all aluminum. It's a 2.4 medium rise thing. Yeah.
Go ahead. No, I mean to
you'll-
interrupt you. There's so much information here, but go ahead.
Yeah, because you notice that where the heat riser would normally be, that's
Yes.
all blocked off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it
okay.
has the 1963 980 Super Duty heads.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's get a little closer to it. Those look like regular stock valve covers, but then you had them chromed. But did the oil breathers, were they always elevated like that?
Yeah, 2 of them. Yeah, on each side. Yeah.
Okay.
They had them on both sides. Yep.
Okay, that would be like this area right in here, and then you inline
But at the
fuel
time,
filter.
they wouldn't have been chrome back in the day.
No, they would have been the blue.
The
right?
blue. Yep,
yeah.
would have been the blue. Yep.
But now I notice we have a kind of a signature right here on the fender well.
Oh, that's from Arnie Beswick.
Really?
He's kind of the
get in
most
there.
famous
Oh,
Pontiac
forever.
racer.
Oh, he's
yeah,
a Pontiac
And he
famous
raced
guy.
these things. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He raced these things, and you know.
But he must have really had a climb in there. Of course, he's a strong old guy, even though he's a Illinois farmer from way back, and still got. I interviewed him a few years ago. I'm telling you, he's got a firm handshake to this day to knock you right to the ground when you shake his hand. Yes, we looked at that this event a year ago, and talked a little bit about that car and went through it, and also saw the signatures on it. So, and I got you. Let me get your name too. And
Jeff Borsier.
So what are you Pontiac guy too, or
All the
through
way.
and through?
Yeah, at the original GTO I bought new in high school still. And
wow. What year was that? The GOAT?
69.
Okay. Yeah, there's a guy in my neighborhood where I come from just showing off. He's got a 68 GTO red convertible that, it's sweet. It really is. But I used to like the coupes, the hardtops, both. I think that was available both in a post and a non-post model too, wasn't it?
In 68, yeah, I think it was.
Because I remember seeing both, now that I think about it. But anyhow, getting back to the Tempest, the rear end gear ratio and the transmission in this car is?
Well, it's got like a GM Turbo 400 in it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so that's a super heavy duty automatic there.
Yeah, it's a heavy duty automatic, and then it's got the Ford rear end.
Okay.
With 390 gears in it.
Okay, I was just going to ask the ratio. Okay, I did 390. Now, how does it fare on the quarter mile?
It'll run low 11s.
Wow.
And it's a street car, you know.
Wow, you're not.
It's a street car. You drive it on the street. We can get in it and do it, go wherever, whatever. Yeah, it's a street car.
Some of the things I'm completely impressed with is you have the original headlights, the diamond. I forget what they're called. Diamond T3s. Usually you see those. You only see them in the high beams. You don't see them in the low beams because the low beams are harder to find, and the high beams never burned out. So
I think they even reproduce them now.
Oh, do they really?
Probably,
okay.
like anything else.
Okay, because I'm even looking at the glass optics on it, and it's like a lost art. And of course, I love that the emblem on the nose, the Pontiac emblem, that was, I used to have a 62 when I was in high school. That was my first car, 62 Catalina. And I just distinctly remember those emblems on there.
What's kind of neat about these cars, some people don't want to admit it, Lo, but you know, they always say 64, like the first GTO or the first muscle car. But really, in some ways, these are kind of like their own little GTO in a way.
Yes.
Because if you look inside there, you got all the same gauges, same everything, you know what I mean? And in that 326, you could get that 326 with a 4-speed and, and a 284, 280, it was rated at 285 horsepower.
Right.
And so it was really, if you want to mess with little people, you know, I got the first G. No, really, these little cars.
I totally agree with you. This is like the GTO in disguise.
There's something about these little cars, they got so much character to them. You'll see the little emblems, you know what I mean, the little bars, like on the fenders, and the way the roof line is a little shorter, and all the little detail to them. You know, even though they were like an entry level, almost like a family car, you know, economy type. Well, but really, they had so much character to them. You know, they put so much character into them. You know what I mean? And you know, the same front end. You know, they're like a '64 GTO before their time.
Hey, Gary, tell them about the hood scoop, where that came from.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's unique, and I'm trying to get the designation. What manufacturer? GM? What? Okay, tell me about it.
Well, that originated. Arnie Beswick, Arnie Beswick, he raced these cars, you know what I mean?
He's pioneer with Pontiac.
Yeah, you know, and everybody was all in competition with each other. You know how there's all in competition?
Yeah.
Arnie Beswick told John DeLorme, he says, I got to make this car go faster, and I know how to do it. He says, we need to put a hood scoop on here. But back in the day, to be that legal, to be like an AFX type car, it had to be a factory part number. Okay. And he says, I found the perfect hood scoop. That is actually a Ford truck hood scoop. And so what Arnie did, he got a hold of John and told him what we need. We need to do this and do that. And I found the perfect hood scoop. So they assigned, John DeLorean had GM assign a part number to that to make it legal to put on these cars.
No kidding. And folks, that's the John DeLorean, the GTO guy back in the day.
Kind of the rebel.
Yeah, really. That is a great story. I never knew that, and now the more I look at that, I am visualizing it on.
They set on Ford trucks.
Yeah.
But they were turned around this way.
Yes.
And they use it for an air intake, and they set over on the side of the hood too. And but that's what that is.
Okay. Now I'm flashing back to something my childhood. It was a red truck, and that was in red. Now I'm remembering, and you're right, it was reversed.
My grandpa had those trucks, and I figured that out years later. That hood scoop is it was on those trucks, and then I found out the history and the real story behind it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
At one time, people even said, because then they cut a hole in the hood, and somebody even said that they assigned a part number to the hole in the hood.
Yeah. We had you covered all the way, you know. Anyhow, thanks for. I know we pulled you out of your trailer here, and you guys were on your way to doing something, but this car was so cool. I just had to come up and talk about it and get more information on it.
Yeah.
And let me grab a hand there, buddy. Thanks for bringing us up and educating us on some of the history of Pontiac, especially back in the 60s. Yep. So anyhow, best of luck every time you race this car, show this car, just enjoy it. It is a unique piece.
Okay.
Really, really nice.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, as we're driving through the pits, and I should say right now walking through the pits, just something totally got my eyes, but beyond the red, white, and blue, this is an AMX. AMX Javelin, whatever, but I'm going to call it an AMX, and I just found the owner, TD Holland, and how you doing today?
Pretty good.
Okay, thank you, first of all, for you just come driving up in your Ram, what is it, your Ram 3500.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is too good to be true. The owner just drove up as I'm looking at this car. We got to find out more about it. First of all, TD, how long have you owned this car?
It's been in our distant family for probably 20 years, but
Wow.
I've had it back about 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been around.
It's been around
the
our
family a little
area and family members for a long time.
Okay, now you campaign out of what area? What
Huntington,
state?
Tennessee.
Huntington, Tennessee?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I just saw Performance Auto up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about the drivetrain and the history of the car.
It's an AMC 390 block. It's bored and stroked to a 426.
Okay.
It's got the Indy aluminum heads on it.
All right.
It's using a 2-speed power glide transmission.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
a 9-inch forward rear end. And
Okay.
stock leaf springs with cow track bars.
Okay.
And
Now, Dave Paninsky, the owner and operator of AC Varieties, up on that hood. Now that's a fiberglass hood, right?
Yeah.
The aftermarket piece?
Yeah, that's an aftermarket hood and fiberglass bumper.
Okay,
but,
on the front there?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, let's walk up there
but
for a
anyway,
second. I'm just curious.
It's got 4-wheel disc brakes.
Okay, yeah, you got to
put the better brakes on it.
You got to stop.
We need
this
to
baby.
stop. Yep.
Yeah.
We did put 2 4s on it, but it's still got all the factory glass.
Okay.
Try to keep it as street looking as we can without.
It definitely does.
Without modifying it.
I thought for a minute I was looking at an old Hot Rod magazine, and now the idea of the red, white, and blue paint, which was that available years ago, or
yeah, that was
on the racing.
They made 52 of them with the red, white, and black.
No kidding. Okay. So in other words, I could have ordered from my AMC dealer. I could have got this pack.
You could have got a red, white, and blue. It wouldn't have been that exact paint scheme. We changed it a little. We put a little slant in it.
Sure, you had to give it a little motion.
Give it a little, make it look like it's going a little faster.
Yeah.
But
I'm digging it. Now that was primarily from the factory. The 390 was the power plant
that's right.
for the AMX.
Yeah. I had the 390 with the 4-speed. It was only available with a 4-speed.
Now correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm an old stock car guy too. Were these cars in NASCAR for a while too? Or?
They were in the 70s.
I thought I remember seeing that.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought I remember seeing that. And remember the Matador?
Yep, Bobby Allison run a Matador in.
Yes, because I have a Kenner family.
Yep.
Of course, all Bobby's family, the Allisons are all from Hueytown. My family was from I saw my mother's side was from Bessemer, which is like the next little city over.
Yeah.
So yeah, we knew about the Hueytown, or better known as the Alabama Gang.
That's right. Yep.
And they were a force to be reckoned with back in the day. But I do remember that, to bring it all the way back to the Matador again. You're right. There was a year or two that Bobby was running.
They sure did.
Running that AMC
and
product
they
out
run
there.
pretty good.
Yes,
run
they
pretty
did.
Strong.
And 500-mile race, it was up there in the top 10.
I know.
You know, so. Anyhow, when you come out to events like this, and this will be the last question, TD.
Okay, go ahead.
But do you find it all of a sudden this car attracts a lot of attention? Like, oh my God, that's an old AMX.
I mean, everybody's got a story about the AMC in their local town.
Okay,
so it's pretty funny.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
they was faster than a lot of people give them credit, and
I
turned a lot of heads.
When I was in college, there was a guy I knew that had a Gremlin with, he had put, I forgot what V8 motor in there from AMC, but it was a sleeper. He made more money with that car on the street.
I promise you.
Playing a little game like, oh, I don't know, you know.
I don't know what to run.
Yeah, all of that. Next thing you know, he's a $50 and $100 bill coming out of his pocket. Well, I guess I could run it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens in every sport.
Yeah, really, you know, and the guy just got hustled, you know.
Yeah.
But anyhow, TD, thank you so much. I know you just came driving up and grab a hand.
That's not a
and
problem.
We appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. And
appreciate it.
Again, enjoy this car, and every time you show it, and don't give up. Don't ever stop telling the stories around it.
I won't.
I'm sure you're going to hear a bunch of them too. So.
We have a lot of fun.
I bet. All right, y'all take care now.
You take care.
All right, bye now.
Sure. you bet that one. That is low in the session so far.
Okay, we're back here and we're at the car show right here, Route 66 for the NMRA event. And boy, did Dave Paninsky, owner of AC Variety, just found a cool Ford. This is a Fairlane Victoria. Of course, you've heard of Crown Vics, but this is a Fairlane Victoria, 56. Talk about a cruising car. I mean, underneath the hood, inside, outside. What is really, really exciting is as we go down the side, if you go down to the bottom of the front door, you'll see some unbelievable Laker pipes. Not just one inlet, not just two, but 4 outlets, I should say. Talk about 50s feel and touch. And the black paint on this is beautiful. And we're on the inside right now. The interior was redone, but yet updated, but not giving away the flavor of the 56. It's still a cool cruising car, a 2-door hardtop. We're going to swing around to the back. Really cool. Of course, we got the little purple dots inside the headlight taillight lenses, and of course, my favorite is the bumper that has the exhaust outlets right from the factory. The dual exhaust comes right through the bumper on either side. I'm not sure. I'm not underneath the car, so I'm not sure if they're totally functional. But just to have that kind of bumper on there is so cool. Talk about a 56 cruising piece. This is it. I would love to have this thing. It is phenomenally good. And I'm looking down the side of it right now, straight as an arrow. And again, what sets it off too is not only the Goodyear Eagles, but the old school Krager SS wheels, man. Just puts it all together. 1956, Fairlane Victoria. Okay, again, as we're walking through the car show, you see some beautiful pieces. Once in a while you'll see something restored, but once in a while you'll see something exceptional. And this is exceptional. We're looking right now at a Ford pickup. We're going to talk to the owner, and your name is?
Lee Hutchinson.
Lee, would it be safe to say, my instinct wants to call this an F100, but that would be ahead of time, right?
It's ahead of time. 1948 was the F100.
Okay.
Actually an F1.
F1. Okay.
This is strictly a half-ton truck.
Okay. And this year truck is?
1946.
46. Okay. I know we were talking off camera briefly. This beautiful, I almost want to call it a British racing green because it's close to that color.
That's
but
correct.
Was this a color offered in 46?
No, it wasn't. This actually is a British racing green. The original green was very dark and very disturbing at different light colors.
Okay.
So we went to this.
I have to compliment you on your selection of green. It's period to the truck, and it gives it a beautiful offset. And then with your pinstriping on the doors and around the cab, I mean, you couldn't have done it better. Especially too with the small Ford hubcaps and the black rims. It's gorgeous. How long have you owned this F1?
12 years.
Wow. And did you have to finish the truck, or did you start it and finish it, or did you kind of buy it the way it is?
We took it. No, it was on the rough side. We took it all down. I did all the mechanicals. And a friend of mine in Braidwood, Ken Kennedy, did the paint and body work, and I had the interior done up in Millbrook, Illinois. But it was a little rough, but about a 2-year restoration.
Wow, that's and you can see the fruits of your labors. If you could briefly take us through the drivetrain, engine, trans, rear end. And,
sure.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a Ford flathead, 239 cubic inch, 100 horse.
Okay.
It's a fairly standard motor that was run all the way back into the 30s.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a cab that was carried over from the early 40s, 41, 42, had this cab and box on it. They changed the grill out in 46 and 47.
Okay.
But drivetrain, 3-speed on the floor.
All right.
Nothing out of the ordinary for Ford, and a fairly solid rear axle for carrying, utility type of farm.
So you didn't put an updated Ford rear axle, a rear differential
no,
in there.
not at this time.
Okay, probably didn't need to tell you the truth.
No, it runs around 50, 55 miles an hour. You don't want to go much higher than that.
Yeah. Let's walk around to the tailgate from our camera. Dave Panitsky, the owner and operator of AC Variety, is back there now with the camera. A couple of things I really like. The tail light, you obviously had those chromed, or?
No, those you can buy new. There's a couple of restoration shops that
they are a gorgeous set-off with the green paint and with just the look of the truck, the period of the truck and everything, and again the way you've accented the raised Ford emblem.
No, the truck only had a few options. It was a rear bumper, had a heater, and an extra windshield wiper. And this one only came with one heater. So I just left it as I received it.
Okay. I kind of like the look without a rear bumper.
A lot of them take damage if you let the bumper, the tailgate down too far.
Because of the frame?
Because of the bumper sticking out, you can damage it. So I prefer not to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Now, when you bring this to a show, do you enjoy it and drive it to the show, or is it a trailer queen?
No. I drove this from Shorewood. It's not that far, about a half-hour trip.
Okay.
But it drives along nicely on.
Yeah, I was going to say if you can cruise at 50, like you mentioned.
No problem. I avoid the interstates, but it
and you know what? This highway's a back road highway truck.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what this truck's all about.
And it rides like a 72-year-old truck. You know? It gives you a little bounce.
Okay, gotta love it. Anyhow, want to thank you for taking the time to step up and let us videotape this beautiful truck.
Well, you're welcome.
And best of luck every time you show it, and enjoy it thoroughly. I'm going to grab a hand.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Get my interview, guys. What's up? How you been? Good. Yeah. How you been? Huh?
Getting along. Are you rolling?
He's rolling.
Whoa. Oh,
He's
this
live.
is gonna happen.
Absolutely.
This is gonna happen.
Absolutely.
Okay, one of the great things of doing an event like this, you run into friends and old friends and folks, you just got to catch up what's going on.
Absolutely.
What you been up to?
Good. We're out here and everything. It's beautiful weather.
You got your group of ponies
We
going?
got our group of ponies going. It's beautiful out here.
Yeah,
Couldn't ask for a better day.
I was just gonna say, when we got up this morning, I thought I'm glad to see that cloud cover, give you a break from that sun once in a while.
Absolutely.
I'm feeling a breeze. I'm all,
Absolutely.
The only thing I need to do in about an hour or two is fire up that barbecue.
Yeah, we definitely got to get our heat on and everything with barbecue.
Get it going. So, any other events with your group this year?
Typically we do other car shows out of town and things of that nature, and have a real good time doing that.
Absolutely.
Real good time.
And you guys put on a good show with what you show up with.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a labor of love actually for all of us, and we really enjoy the fine folks at Pro Media and everything allowing us to come here and host it, and the good people here at the track here.
Absolutely.
Great event.
Yeah. Well, again, I don't want to keep it because I know you're walking with one of your partners.
Absolutely.
And I didn't want to hold you up. I know you're heading out to the lot there, but
absolutely.
Great to see you again, and our paths will cross.
All right, then.
All right.
Very good. Thank you.
Be good.
All right.
He's failing already.
He's like, we're just giving him a ride. So.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys were like PR with the track or something.
No, we are PR with the track.
Oh, okay. And
I'm kidding. The NMCA guys invited us here. We met him at the Bowling Green show.
Oh, okay. That's a big show.
Were you there?
No, always planned to, never made it there. Are we rolling already? Oh God, we're rolling on here. Don't roll.
You need to tell me action.
No. This is where we call very loosely planned TV. And sort of spontaneity, and you guys can roll with that, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, let's get some names. Your first name?
Jessica.
Ann. Okay, so what do you guys like? And Ann. I thought you said Diane. A good thing you repeated it.
I've heard that.
But
before.
that was and Ann. And Ann. Not to be confused with Diane. That's just Ann. Right? It's cool. Okay. Okay, so you're handing out advanced muffler and auto calendars.
Calendar.
Okay, and we're
an 18-month calendar. It has hot rods, pretty girls, muscle cars. There's even some motorcycles in here because we work for Harley Davidson.
Okay,
so
that's cool. So you guys kind of do PR work for a lot of different.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And it has a fancy pants backside too.
Wow, this calendar is true to my heart.
He's like, oh, okay, I don't know what in your life right now.
I think, yes, thank you. I'll be back for it because we're carrying.
We're not selling it, we're just taking donations for it.
No, that's okay. I just said I can't carry anything because we're about to go to the starting line and shoot some video.
You should be holding it closer to your mouth if you're going to talk.
No, actually, no, we can. Yeah.
Mother Goose, come in, Mother Goose.
Yeah, there you go.
Hello,
there
testing,
you
1, 2.
You can see she's had the camera experience. And what, do you have,
Do you
go
need
ahead.
us at the starting line, like maybe to help you?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. It's not posters or calendars.
What's that?
They're not posters, they're calendars.
No, he said he made a comment about the microphone.
You get much closer to that microphone. And
Oh, that's what I told him. Just trying to keep it fun.
Okay.
Really close.
So you were saying, and I'm sorry, Ann, we interrupted you.
That's okay. So we're going to the starting line. What are we doing at the starting line? Like, what do you need us?
What we're doing? We're
What
gonna.
are we doing? Like, it's all of us, right?
Oh, we're all of us going?
Yeah,
I don't know.
why
I don't know. It's I don't think there's enough room on board. Oh, I will give you a. We do internet TV. He's this is Dave Paniski. He's the owner and operator of AC Variety. We do rock videos for bands. We do automotive stuff. We do auto racing. We do plays and musicals. We do pretty much what everything that the big networks don't want to touch because there's not enough in it for them.
Okay.
We do it either for free or because we have daytime jobs. And
we all do.
Yeah.
This is just for fun.
You have to pay your bills in the real world,
Right.
you know. So
and you can have fun doing stuff like this on the weekends.
Absolutely, and we meet wonderful people like yourselves.
And if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Right?
You know, who was it? I had somebody I used to work with said that, and then I thought, well, dude, you're living in a fantasy. But actually, that is true.
No, if you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life. So.
Yeah. The only trouble is I had to start talking about me, but I've never had a job that I've loved so much that it's like, gee, I get up in the morning, I can't wait to get there, you know?
Yeah, but now you have this, and we can do that. Poor baby.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Thanks for the sympathetic shoulder rub. It was, you know, I felt more comfort, and you know, maybe in the future, you know. Okay. Anyhow, we don't want to hold you up. I think you might have you guys like doing a Uber thing or something? Picking up fares?
We just feel sorry for old people that are walking in the heat, so we give them rides.
Okay.
You know, sometimes they don't.
I'm gonna have to go disguise
sometimes
myself.
They forget to take their Geritol pills, so we have to give them rides and stuff.
Can we use that? Yeah. Okay. We're
Yeah, it's not offensive. We're good.
It's all good, right? It's good
not
fun.
offensive. That's not racist at all. No, that's
Okay.
not at all.
So we're gonna say a brief goodbye, but I have a feeling we're gonna run into them again sometime today.
Absolutely. We're here all weekend. That's our schedule. That's our weekend job.
It's inevitable. So on behalf of AC Variety, you've been videoed, and we will use this piece, okay? Okay. And that was Ann, better known as Ann.
Diane.
And Diane. The girl's got three aliases, for Christ's sake. You know, I heard about these young ladies that have a stage name, but never mind. We don't want to take it any further than that. No. But if anything looks familiar, you do the math, whatever. You know. Never mind. I don't know where that came from. Okay. And I forgot your name. Oh my God, help me.
God,
don't get upset with me.
I would never get upset with you.
Okay.
My name is Jessie.
Jessie. Okay. Okay. It's all good. Thank you for being good sports. And we're going to work our way to the starting line and see some racing, because that's sort of what we're here. And they're here for calendar.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here. Okay. Give us a wave.
Cut. Bye.
I know, I saw that, and I saw you throw your glasses down in frustration.
Did. No, I dropped them. My face hurts.
She was. We just happened to be rolling.
You're fine.
We wanted to come up and check on Sarah's face because it hurts.
It hurt.
And she's been in the sunlight all afternoon.
A little bit.
Doing security. Oh, wait a minute.
I know. I
We're digging that. That's
show off
a
the
nice
gun.
color there.
I know. I was just getting rid of my NHRA tan, and
Right,
then now I'm
now
getting
you're
the
coming
NMRA.
back. Okay. Actually, my face is full of sunblock. Right, so.
You think I'd learn after a few events?
No,
but I haven't.
no. It seems like you got to if you like me, you relearn every year.
Yeah. Yes.
But anyhow, loving this event.
Yeah.
I know you're doing multitasking today.
Uh-huh.
But I guess that's all comes with the territory.
It
but,
does. It does.
I got to give you a hats off because there's a lot of people here.
There's
the car
a ton
show
of people
participation is killer.
I know. I walked it. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, this event it always proves to be our third biggest event out of all of our facilities, Chicagoland Speedway included, with Chicago and NASCAR event weekend, NHRA weekend, and then this one right there at number 3. So it definitely is impressive every year.
And I was going to say this year in 2018 you had a little shuffle up on dates too.
A little bit, we did. With NASCAR moving to the 1st of July, that moved up our NHRA weekend, and then this one, memory serves me, I think we're still right about the same time.
I think you are.
So this is one that did not get affected, and then the next couple events that we have did not get affected as well.
That would be Classic is coming
up,
right?
The Route 66 Classic is the next event that is on August 18th.
Okay, and very quickly, what can we look forward to at the Classic?
Oh my
What's going to happen?
Anything and everything.
Do a little
Classic.
synopsis, a quick
Okay,
if you want.
so Classic is my event. I own it. My colleague and I have completely revamped it. But it is everything vintage, everything nostalgia. It's nostalgia match drag racing first and foremost. There is a huge classic cruise in. We're expecting 800 plus cars this year.
Oh my gosh!
Oh
I
yes!
didn't know about.
Oh yes! It's grown so much every year, and we have a pinup contest. We'll be crowning the 2nd annual Miss Classic. I don't know if you've seen Tanya at our booth before.
Yes,
she was crowned.
We spoke to her earlier.
Lovely.
Okay.
She was crowned Miss Classic last year. We got a tiki bar. We have vintage vendors. We have honestly something for everybody. So
no doubt. And I don't know if this will be done by the time we'll probably be back for Classic before this airs.
I hope so.
But anyhow, for those who will see it late,
Yes.
what are the dates of Classic?
The Classic is on August 18th. It's a Saturday, actually, and we drive people to come in between 11 and 1 with their classic cars.
Okay.
If you come between 11 and 1 with your classic car for the car show, you get in the entire car, no matter how many people are in your car, for $20. It is a steal.
That is a killer
It is
promotion.
vintage prices, for
Yes.
sure.
So if you're coming in a 1927 Ford, it's just like the old days.
1979 or older, between 11 and 1, you can come in for $20.
That is
Everybody in your
unbelievable.
car. If you don't have a classic car, we still want you to come out and join us. It's $20 a person, $5 for kids. It's family affordable fun, and it's a great event. Obviously one of my favorites.
Yeah, and I was going to say, if you're from the generation who used to go to drive-in theaters, from what I'm hearing from Sarah, you don't need to stuff anybody in the trunk.
No.
I think that you could just get in with everybody that's in the car
Absolutely.
for the $20.
Absolutely. And those people who want to come into our classic car show, we're actually entering at gate 13, which is off of Schweitzer Road. It is definitely a good thing to know because everybody else is entering at gate 11, racers and spectators as well. So just from a safety perspective and just a load-in perspective, that's what we're doing this year.
We're there.
So
I want to thank you as usual. We always sneak up and blindside you, but this girl is ready with information 24/7.
I appreciate it. Don't forget either, we have Street Outlaws.
This is true.
We're filming Street Outlaws September 7th and 8th, so you don't want to miss that one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of Discovery's most popular shows right now. They're filming here September 7th and 8th. It's going to be a huge event. And then September 16th, which happens to be my birthday, is Super Chevy on Chicagoland Speedway Center.
Okay, we're gonna have to AC Variety. We're gonna have to remember that. We'll do something special.
Yeah, you got a lot of
but
events
something
on the
special,
way.
You know?
Absolutely.
I was just the street racing thing that's coming up.
Yes.
They have their TV show has an enormous following.
Yes, exactly, and that's where we're expecting to almost sell out the place, if not sell it out.
Yes,
So it's Friday evening. It's all day Saturday. You're right there as they're filming the hit TV show. So it's going to be definitely an interesting event, something unlike anything that we do throughout the season because it's focused on the production, not so much on the racing. It's about the racing, but it's about capturing that perfect pass, about capturing that perfect run.
Right.
So it's going to be a different and exciting event for fans, for sure.
And I have a feeling that Sarah might have a cameo appearance on the TV show, but I'm just guessing that.
I would love that.
So
I would love that.
Anyhow, we're going to let her get back to her multitasking today, unless something else popped in your head that you.
No, that was it. Street Outlaws, and then don't forget about Super Chevy on
her birthday,
September 16th. And that one is going to be unique this year. It does not have a drag racing component. It's 100% focused on the car show. We have a judged car show as well as just normal cruising, and then obviously the swap meet component, just like any other Super Chevy event. So
Digging it.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. We have a full schedule.
Okay.
And
the weather's going to be just as nice as it is today.
It is. It's gorgeous.
I can tell.
It is gorgeous.
What the hell?
So
Anyhow,
awesome.
Okay, we're going to let you get back to your
Thank you.
multiple
I appreciate
tasking.
it.
She does everything from PR and security work. She is a crossing guard right now,
I am a crossing guard right now. It's right here.
She does it all.
So
okay.
A little bit of everything.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much.
Okay, hold on to
As
those
always.
sunglasses too.
I will.
All right. Take care. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Have a good one, guys.
Bye-bye.